My name's Dyyla, I do builds and stuff, and today I want to show you the ultimate Void Hunter build for endgame stuff. Look at the energy gains, super energy gains, absolutely crazy. And it's a build I covered last season, all based around the Orpheus Rig. And the thing is with the Orpheus Rig, it's sometimes something I often forget about, really, to be honest, and they're so strong. But what they do is provide ability energy for each tethered target by deadfall anchors, and it also gives Mobius Quiver an additional shot. But just for the main part of this video, I'm going to be focusing on the deadfall, just to make these void anchors last for ages, as well as something that I've noticed, and get some massive super energy. So whenever the GMs or anything's really hard in the game, get your Orpheus Rigs out, and this build in particular, and you will make things a lot easier for your teammates. Look at that, you've tethered everything, applied a 30% debuff for your teammates, and you've literally got half of your super back by the time you know it. And that is with a tether that is not fully done yet. You will often get 70% of that tether back, and it's absolutely crazy. Now, one of the things that I noticed in this clip, if you look at that tether there, it sort of seems like a bad shot, and I thought it a bad shot, to be honest, a bad tether. But I really noticed how long these tethers last now. I don't know if they got changed in the patch notes or something like that, but they seem to stick around for an absolute eternity, and they seem to just tether everything for about 20 seconds. It's absolutely crazy. And then just like that, from a bad tether, because it stayed for so long, it's turned into a good tether, and I've got 70% of my super back. And then again here, I nailed this one. This was a better tether than the other one. And again, it's just sticking around in its tether targets for an absolute mile. It seems to last for ages and tether things for a really big radius. Now look at the state of that, absolutely crazy. Obviously, a couple of wells or a well lock is really going to benefit from this as well. They can just infinitely put their wells down. You feed each other, feed them orbs, they're going to feed you orbs. And look at these super gains, absolutely crazy for yourself and your teammates. And again, I just want to clarify, this is just something that I often forget about. It is really strong. I overlook it, and I shouldn't do. They're just absolutely great. Font of Wisdom and Ashes to Assets are a combination of mods that work perfectly with this, because every time you pick up an orb with Font of Wisdom, you gain a bonus to your intellect, and then Ashes to Assets, you gain super energy on grenade kills. Pair that with your setup and you're golden. You've literally got so much energy gain coming back from your tether, plus the Font of Wisdom and the Ashes to Assets. A couple of fragments that really make this build tick with the other two mods you've just seen is Echo of Reprisal. Final blows when surrounded by combatants give you super energy. Pair that up with Echo of Harvest. Defeating weakened targets creates an orb of power and avoid breach. Now these two fragments paired with the Ashes to Assets and the Font of Wisdom, the combination of all four of these things are a mixture. Pair them with your Orpheus Rig, and it's just a mixture for an absolutely crazy super gains. It's absolutely nuts. And once you've got things tethered, get a weapon out. We'll go over some preferred weapons in a moment that I really like. Get up close, get invisible, and you're going to get all that super energy back. Get a grenade on there, proc your enhanced Ashes to Assets. Wither Horde and Wish Ender are two absolute monster weapons with a tether, because you can tether, get your Wither Horde down, kill loads of stuff, and you've also got Wish Ender, which, as we know, gives you absolutely crazy crack super energy back as well. So you can add them two to the mix as well. With all the mods and the fragments that I've shown you, like that combination with Wither Horde, Wish Ender is a really solid setup. They're the main parts of the build, but I will go over everything. So Vanishing Step is the aspect. I found this just too good not to run on Invisible Hunter. Just dodge to go invisible. Trapper's Ambush is that's where you can dissipate your smoke bomb, Trapper's Ambush, and make yourself invisible, or you can use your smoke to weaken as well. Vortex Grenade I found really good. It does plenty of damage, and it's really nice with Ashes to Assets. Really good grenade to run. Gambler's Dodge, I often run this one on most of my Hunter builds, because every time you dodge near an enemy, not only will you go invisible, you'll get your smoke bomb back straight away as well. Fragments, Echo of Obscurity, again, it's an invis build mainly. So this one's a really good one. Get a finisher to go invisible, which is obviously great for tricky situations. Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets. Works well with the fragments that you've seen and the Ashes to Assets. Also, I really like to run this one, Echo of Reprisal, which we've touched on. Final blows when surrounded by combatants grant super energy. Now, if you get a grenade kill near close to enemies, that procs your enhanced Ashes to Assets as well. Then Echo of Harvest, defeating weaker targets, creates an orb and a breach and a void breach. Quickly go over my mods now. So start off with my cloak, my class item. I always run a Reaper mod. Every time you dodge, your next weapon kill spawns an orb of power. I often like to run a time dilation as well to make my armor charges last that little bit longer. Really good for your Font of Wisdom. And then the last mod on here is Bomber. Every time you dodge, you get a bit of grenade energy back. On your legs, I tend to stack weapon surges with whatever heavy I'm running. In this situation, I'm running a Void Heavy, so I'll run a couple of Void weapon surges. Obviously, you can change these out to Kinetic, Solar, Strand Arc, whatever you want. On my chest piece, I always run a Concussive Dampener, reduces incoming area effects, and then a couple of resistance mods, whatever the activity is at the time. You can switch these out to suit. On my arms, I really like to run a firepower mod. Your grenade final blows create orbs of power, so you get loads of orbs with this build as well. And then on top of that, I like to run bolstering detonation, 2 of them, just to get plenty of dodge back, because every time you do damage with that vortex grenade, you're going to get big chunks of class ability back for your invisible dodge. Now on the helmet, again, we've touched on this one a little bit, Font of Wisdom. I really recommend this one, just getting that boost to intellect every time you pick up an orb. I also like to run Ashes to Assets, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. Vim 2 mods paired with some of the fragments are absolutely a great mixture, and then a harmonic siphon. But that's pretty much the build. The only thing that I'm going to sort of focus on now, I just sort of popped to Nessus after this clip, and I wanted to show you the other part of Orpheus Rigs where you can actually switch these up for a damage situation as well. But I just finish off with that nice tether there, get 80% of my super back. But Mobius Quiver, it also applies an extra arrow for Mobius Quiver as well to Orpheus Rigs. So not only are they crazy for controlling situations, getting loads of orbs back, you can actually use these in a DPS situation. So gaining an extra tether shot on your Mobius Quiver, obviously for damage, is really nice. So I've got a quick clip of that before we finish the video. So you get 1, 2 and then 3. So you can also switch out that way and use it for DPS in like a dungeon raid, something like that. But in case I didn't explain everything well enough, I'm going to leave everything playing out now, mods, fragments, everything, and I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.